Welcome to another Chainlink update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So in this video, I want to talk about the Elliott wave count yet again, because I believe the third wave is close to topping right here. I have added a support zone for the third wave on the chart, and it's between $23 and $14. However, I don't want to see the price get to the 0.618 extension because that would put us in between the bull market support band, and that would not really be bullish right now, so we should stay above the 50% extension. However, keep in mind, the fourth wave does not have to be too deep because it's a fourth wave, so getting to the 0.382 extension would be enough for a third wave, and then after we do that, we should still see a fifth wave to the upside, which will finally confirm that the second wave right here is in. Now, it's probably very likely that the second wave is already in because we already got above the first wave high right here. But you know, I don't make the rules. We still need to get 5 waves up first. So yeah, I'm expecting that to happen very, very soon. This really all depends on what Bitcoin dominance does. So yeah, let's talk about the Elliott wave count. So after getting the second wave move down right here, which by the way was an ABC structure, we formed a 1-2 setup, and then we formed an AB structure, and then a C wave, and the C wave has 5 waves. The 5 waves are on the chart already, they are labeled, and yeah, I mean, this looks like a 5-wave move. It's gonna get completed very, very soon. It is likely that we get another high, maybe to like $35 or so, but you know, we don't have to do that. We could get a correction right now, and like I said, this is the support zone for that. The third wave right here was very impulsive. We got to the 300% extension of the 1-2 setup right here. My minimum target was the 200% extension, and I believe that was at about $20. So yeah, the third wave was a lot more impulsive than what I thought it would be, but you know, it's a third wave, so that should not really surprise you. After we get these 5 waves on the chart, I will be able to confirm that a third wave is happening, and this will be the third wave of this very big 1-2 setup, and the minimum target for that wave is at about $105. If you bought down here in the support zone, I'm sure you would be very, very happy at $105. I mean, you would already be up like more than 10x. So yeah, if you bought in the support zone, maybe take some profits up here. Now, of course, you could already start taking profits right now because from the bear market low right here, we are already up like 7x or so. Now, I'm not telling you what to do and when to sell or when to buy, but you know, don't get too greedy. That's what I want to tell you. You should always take profits and at least make the money back that you invested. So yeah, like I said, these 5 waves right here will only confirm that the first wave of the third wave is in, which means that after we get these 5 waves, we will need a big second wave move down, which I don't know how deep it will be, but you know, I'm not expecting it to take like months, like this one took. It will take at most a couple of weeks, so yeah, and we should still see higher prices until then, so things are looking good. And you know, right now we are already at $30. If you want to buy right now, I mean, like I said, I'm not telling you when to buy, but this is such a bad idea to buy right now because we are almost overbought on the monthly RSI. I mean, if you look at this, we are almost above 70 RSI, and this does not really say anything because in the previous cycle we were also overbought multiple times on the monthly RSI, and we did get some corrections. However, if you look at the corrections that we got, we never really got to the previous lows when we did get the corrections. So yeah, I'm not saying that you are late, but you are definitely not early anymore. The people who bought down here were actually early, but you know, my videos were getting 5 times less views when we were down here than what we are getting right now, so make sure to not just FOMO in and, you know, make sure to actually buy when prices are low, not when prices are high, because, you know, nobody really likes to lose money. And I'm not saying that you will lose money, but there's definitely gonna be a lot of people that lose money when they buy up here thinking that Chainlink will get like $2,000 by the end of the cycle. That's just not possible. I mean, my target for Chainlink for this cycle is at most $270. However, that's a bit too much in my opinion. Something like $200 would theoretically be possible because the chart is very, very bullish, and also because on the monthly chart we have a very big 1-2 setup, which means that we are starting a third wave, But keep in mind, in this cycle, we will only form the 5 waves of the first wave of the third wave right there. So this third wave will not end anytime soon. And there's no guarantee that we will actually get 5 waves up. If we don't get 5 waves up, then we don't have a first wave move. And if we don't have a first wave move, then we are not going to have a third wave move to the upside either. So keep that in mind as well. We need 5 waves up. A first wave move always has 5 waves. But if we do get a first wave move in this cycle, then the bear market will most likely be a very big ABC structure, which is to be expected because that's what usually happens in a bear market, and that will complete the second wave move down, which means that in 2029, whenever we top in the next cycle, we should get a third wave of the third wave, and that's gonna be extremely bullish, but you have to keep in mind, that's not guaranteed to happen. Chainlink could always fail, so yeah, don't get your hopes too high and, don't buy right now and hold until 2027 or so or 2029 in hope that Chainlink gets like $5,000 because that's definitely not gonna happen in my opinion. I also want to talk about Bitcoin because what's happening on the Bitcoin chart is obviously very, very important. So we got to new all-time highs today, and like I said, if you watched my previous videos, you would not be surprised. I don't think I have ever been wrong about Bitcoin this year, so yeah, this is funny to me. Like I said, Bitcoin usually goes up in December of a halving year, and yeah, it's starting to go up again. As you can see, we are already up like 10%, but that's not really enough when you compare this to what happened in the previous 2 cycles, and I'm talking about the halving years. In 2020, it went up 47% in December after it already went up like 43% in November, and in 2016 it went up like 30% in December after going up like 6% in November. This cycle to me looks a lot more similar to the 2020 cycle because in November we went up way more than what we did right here in 2016, so yeah, this is looking a lot more similar to the 2020 cycle, which leads me to believe that Bitcoin will still go to new all-time highs by the end of this year. And my prediction has always been that Bitcoin will most likely get to 100k by the end of the year. We did get to that level, and yeah, right now I'm watching for higher prices because if you look at the Fear and Greed Index, and also I'm sorry for blinding you with the web page, if you look at the Fear and Greed Index, it's currently at 83 and it's extreme greed. However, that's not really that bullish because if you look at this chart, yes, it's very, very high, but if you compare this to what was happening in the previous cycle in December, the Fear and Greed Index was actually at 95. So if we want to get to the same fear and greed levels as we got right here, then the price should still go higher, and I've been saying this for a very long time now, so if you have not subscribed, maybe do, because everything I have said so far has been correct, so, maybe leave a like as well. Also, we just had a reaction to the trend line on the daily RSI, and we are currently bouncing again, which leads me to believe that it's very likely that we get to like 120k to maybe even 130k by the end of the year, maybe even 140k, but that's a bit too much in my opinion. And I'm still expecting Bitcoin to hit about $255,000 by the end of the cycle. 320,000 is also possible, but it's a lot more unlikely. So yeah, this is the region I'm watching right now. If we get above $189,000, then it's gonna be very likely that we get to the 3.618 extension in this cycle. Also, I have to mention the Bitcoin dominance chart. It keeps rising right now and it keeps testing the bull market support band, and we'll see if it actually gets above it or not. If it gets above it, there's a chance that we get another cycle high in December on the Bitcoin dominance chart, like we got in the previous cycle right here. As you can see here, we went down in November and then we went down in December and we got another cycle high, and then we started the altcoin season. So it's likely that we do the exact same thing again. However, it's not guaranteed because the move that we have right now, this wick down, looks very, very similar to what happened right here. So I don't know what will happen with Bitcoin dominance, but if we get rejected by the bull market support band for a third time now, then I think the all-time high is already in. Well, the cycle high is already in, which leads me to believe that Bitcoin dominance will start falling like crazy in January of next year. And whenever that happens, then Chainlink and the altcoin market will finally start a very, very big move to the upside. So yeah, that's why I believe $105 is extremely possible for the third wave. and maybe $160 is a good fifth wave target as well. And that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our Discord server. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.